Hey, I'm Bob. I've been totally blind since birth, and I'm into Power Rangers. I'm holding the box set in my hands yet again. We're talking about Season 1 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Episode 34 today. This one's called The Green Candle, Part 1. It aired on November 17th in 1993. So this is one of my all-time favorite two-parters of Power Rangers. So in Part 1, we see the kids getting ready to have a dance. And Tommy hasn't quite mustered up the courage to ask Kimberly. Zach's trying to ask his crush, Angela, but she just tells him to get a life. And, well, Bulk and Skull show up and they're talking smack to Tommy and Zach. Apparently, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. So, Bulk and Skull do receive their comeuppance, as in every other episode. Meanwhile, on the moon, Rita is preparing for Tommy's comeuppance. She has forged a special green candle out of a magic wax, and it has been a plan she's had in the works for quite some time, but she is finally ready to light this candle. And once the candle's lit, Green Ranger's powers will weaken until the candle burns down to nothing, and then the powers will permanently belong to Rita. So Rita sends some putties to the lake where Tommy's just about to ask Kimberly to the dance. They attack and Goldar shows up. The putties and Goldar whisk Tommy away to Rita's dark dimension. And while there, Goldar delivers an ultimatum to Tommy. He tells him that he can either serve Rita and keep his powers, or they'll just let the candle burn down to nothing, and the powers will belong to Rita's, and she can do with them as she pleases. Tommy, of course, tells Goldar, nope. And Rita, meanwhile, has Finster create a shape-shifting Cyclops monster. She doesn't want the Rangers interfering with stuff she's got going on with the green candle. She wants it to burn lower and lower without any hindrance whatsoever. So when this thing gets to Earth, the Rangers are looking at it through the viewing globe, and they think that it is Tommy actually turned to Rita's dark side once more. But Zordon lets them know, hey, my sensors are letting me know that this thing's an imposter. So the Rangers morph. They go into battle. They do a pretty good share of fighting with the putties and Goldar. Then the imposter Dragon Zord shows up. They have to form the Megazord. They get in this big fist fight with the Cyclops Dragon Zord imposter. By the way, I wish Hasbro would make that in terms of a Cyclops monster. He'd be a fun addition to the Lightning Collection. I think he fired lasers from his big central eye, and it'd be an interesting monster to add. So in the Dark Dimension, Tommy gets into a fight with Goldar. He's seen how Goldar can use his sword to enter and leave this dimension, so he manages to escape. He morphs, and he calls his real Dragon Zord to battle, but the Dragon Zord, it's not getting there as fast as it usually does. We are starting to see Tommy lose his powers, but Dragon Zord does eventually show up, and it hits the Cyclops monster so hard that it can't hold its Dragon Zord shape, turns back into its real monstrous self, and it leaves before it can be destroyed. At the command center, the Rangers ask Zordon if Rita's bluffing, if she's just making this stuff up to intimidate Tommy into serving her. And Zordon says there is an actual factual green candle. While Tommy was under Rita's spell, she had him touch this magic wax that she'd gotten from the Gamma Tri system. So she has had a failsafe in place this whole time, just in case the Rangers were able to break Tommy's evil spell that Rita had put over him. So she's quite a cunning strategist, our dear, dear Rita Repulsa. The episode does end with laughter, but of course this time it is Rita laughing maniacally because things are going as she wants them to go. And this candle is continuing to burn. And of course, if it burns down to nothing, the powers will be hers. So it ends with a big old "to be continued," I'm sure, that's flashing up on the screen. And what a fun, well, not fun in terms of happy fun. I don't know. It's a fun two-parter. I like it. I remember one kid from school wishing we had this on VHS back in the day. And I wouldn't see it until, I think, 96 or something like that, 1996, when it aired on Power Playback during this particular summer. But yeah, it's a pretty good two-parter. So be here next time for Green Candle Part 2. In the meantime, watch out for Cyclops monsters and may the power protect you all. I'll hear you later.